Hi, this is Chase from FTC 18172, back again with beginning CAD video number 4 covering exporting parts. And what we're going to be doing in this video is I'm going to be showing you how to export two different types of parts. One is an STL, which you will use primarily for 3D printing, and then there's a few other file types that are all done the same way, but those are for two-dimensional manufacturing. And you may be wondering, why are those different? And that really has to do with the type of manufacturing you're doing. So for something like 3D printing, you're able to 3D print on a three-dimensional space, so you can have three-dimensional models that have holes and features in all three dimensions. While for 2D manufacturing, it's all flat. So you want to imagine almost drawing on a piece of paper and then taking that and manufacturing what's on the piece of paper. There is no y-axis, I guess you could say, like a third dimension that you would actually add features to, because for something like a laser cutter or a water jet, it can only cut on a flat surface, only a flat plane. There is no third dimension to that. So that is why I'm also going to show you 2D manufacturing, because 3D printing is already big in FTC, and then this 2D manufacturing with the laser cutting and the water jet and the simple CNC is becoming more common year after year here. So that's going to become important in the future as well. So with that all said, I'm going to start with the STL here because it's easier, and as you can see, there are features on multiple axes, while you'll see in the 2D there's not. What we're going to do is go to File, Save a Copy, and then what we're going to do is go down to the bottom where it says Type. We're going to click Stereolithography, which is STL, and it's super important that we hit Customize Export. Without it, the file won't export properly, and it won't be a high enough resolution for 3D printing. So we're going to fix the name here for it. We're going to hit OK. This window will come up. Now what we want to do is set the chord height to 0 and the angle control to 1. And then we're going to go ahead and hit apply, and you'll see all of the kind of vertices and mesh render for the STL. And we want to make sure that it is smooth like it is here, and it's not a low resolution, which is what will happen if it's not 0 and 1. And that's it for STL. So now I will move on to the two-dimensional export. So now getting started on the two-dimensional export, the first thing we'll need to do, which is super important, is that you change the view of the part from normal to wireframe. If you don't change it to wireframe, it's not going to export properly. After that, we'll go to New, we'll click on Drawing. You don't really need to name it, but we can definitely name it something just for sake of practice. So we're going to name it here, we're going to hit OK. And then from here, we want to click Empty instead of Use Template. Landscape is OK, and then you just hit OK. And from here, we'll want to click on General View. And from General View, we're going to click Default All, and then we're going to click OK. And you'll want to double click in that big window. And then we're going to want to hit Front in View Type, and you'll see it switch to the front. And we'll need to switch the scale to 1. You always want to scale at 1 because you want it to be the real size you meant it to be. And from there, you'll just hit OK. And then we're going to delete the little scale 1 box because we really don't need that. So you'll either have to delete that in this software or in the software you use for the laser cutter. So it's best just to do that now. And then you just hit File, you hit Save As, you hit Export. So you kind of hover over the Save As, and then that menu comes up. You click Export, and then you can export in any of the file types you need. So DWG, DXF, PDF, IGES, whatever those are that you use, depending on what software you're using, you'll just want to pick that one. And that's it for two-dimensional parts. For both the two-dimensional parts and the three-dimensional parts, you'll have to import these files into whatever software you use, whether that's something like Cura or a Glowforge software or any sort of 3D printer slicer or a laser cutter prepare software, Inkscape, anything like that. You're going to need something to post-process it. I can't really show you that because it's all dependent on what machine you have, so that's going to change what file type you use for these as well. But that's really all I have for you today. Thank you for watching, and make sure to stay tuned for new videos.